In this video, we're going to talk about box plots and how to use box plots for distribution. So what is a box plot or a box and whisker plot? It's a graph that displays a group of data through the use of quartiles. The box plot is created by using the 5-number summary. So to draw a box plot, we determine the 5-number summary and the IQR. Determine the lower and upper fences. Plot the first quartile, the median, and the third quartile. Then draw a rectangle connecting the first quartile, the median, and the third quartile. Draw a line segment from the smallest data value that is larger than the lower fence to the first quartile. And we'll draw another line segment from the largest data value that is less than the upper fence to the third quartile. And any outliers we'll put as a star or an asterisk. So let's go back to our Brigham Young University example. So we've already figured out the 5-number summary. I'm going to write that out now. So the 5-number summary is written below. So now let's draw this. So first of all, I'm going to write out a title for this. Let me do that now. All right, so let's call this Recorded Speeds of 14 Randomly Selected Vehicles. So I'm going to draw the line segment underneath. All right, so we know the least data value is 20 and the greatest is going to be 40. So I'm going to go by 5, starting with 15. Make sure you're consistent on what you're going by. Again, in this case, I'll go by 5s. And I'm going to go a little bit farther out than 40. Let's go to 45. Okay, so let's plot these 5 values. So here's 20. 28 is a little bit closer to 30. 32.5 is right smack in between 30 and 35. 38 about here. And 40 here. So the middle 3, I'm going to draw the box. I'm going to put this extra line segment there. And now let's draw the whiskers. And there's our box plot. Now, we can also put this in the calculator. So let's go to the calculator and show you how to do this now. Okay, so first off, we've got to put the data values into the calculator. Hit Stat, highlight Edit, and Enter. So I've already got a data set, so I'm going to highlight L1, hit the clear button, and hit Enter. So now I'm going to put the data values in for L1 now. Okay, so now I put the data values in. So let's see what this sketch is going to look like. Hit Second, Y equal to. We'll go to Plot On. So make sure your plot is turned on. Highlight the box plot that shows the outliers. Hit Enter. The X list is L1. Once that's taken care of, you then hit the Zoom button. And we're going to hit Zoom Stat. And there's our box plot. What's even better, I can hit the Trace button. There's the median. There's the first quartile. There's the minimum value. And I can do that for the third quartile. And I can do that for the greatest data value. Okay, let's take a look at the next example. So we're going to go back to the smart cars. So first thing I'll do again is to write out the 5-number summary now. Okay, so our 5-number summary is written. Now, remember, 47 5/10 is an outlier. So I know that's not going to be a dot. So the next highest value that is less than the upper fence is the 43 5/10. All right, now I'm going to give a title to this, so I'm going to write that out now. So I decided to call this MPG of smart cars with a 3-cylinder, 1-liter engine. Okay, first off, draw your line segment for this. Now, what I'll do, because it starts at 31 5/10 and pretty much ends at 47 5/10, I'm going to start with 30, and I'm going to go by 3s. Again, you want to make sure you are going by the same value consistently. And I'll go all the way up to 48. Okay, now that we've drawn that, let's put the dots in. 31 5/10 is right smack in the middle. 36 8500s. 38 3500s. 41. And 43 5/10 is the last dot. And 47 5/10, we'll do that with an asterisk. So, draw the box. and then draw out the whiskers. Again, it's only going to go out to 43 5/10. Now, let me show you how to put this into the calculator one more time. Okay, so first of all, we got to put the data values into the calculator. So that's hit Stat, highlight, Edit, hit Enter. Now remember, highlight L1, hit the clear button, and hit Enter. So now I'm going to put these data values into the calculator now. Okay, now that I've put the data values into the calculator, let's plot this. So second and y equal to, again, plot 1 is on. Make sure the plot is on. Again, highlight the box plot that shows the outliers. Make sure the X list is L1. Then hit Zoom and Stat. Okay, and there's our picture. So again, I can hit the Trace button, right, and it will show you the 5-number summary. And of course, it shows the outlier also. Okay, we could use the box plot to help us describe the shape of the distribution of the data set. Right? So what are we comparing? We're comparing the distances between the minimum value in the first quartile compared to the third quartile to the maximum data value. Right? So if the Q3 to the max distance is greater than the minimum to Q1, then we're going to say it's skewed right. If they're about the same distance, it's symmetric. And if the distance between the minimum and Q1 is greater than the distance between Q3 and the max, then we'll say it's skewed left. So the last thing I want to do here is to describe the distribution of the two previous box plot examples. So let's go back and take a look at those now. Okay, so let's look at the car example. So it looks like this particular distance is certainly greater than this distance here. So we're going to consider that to be skewed left. So let's take a look at the other example. So this is a smart car example. So again, I would say this particular distance is certainly greater than this particular distance. So I would consider this to be skewed left also.